Yo, what's good, everybody? Today, I'm talking about what could possibly be one of the most egregious calls of the year when referee Edward Collantes ruled that Navarrete's cut was caused by a headbutt instead of a punch. So last night, I tuned in on Navarrete versus Suarez. Obviously, the boxing world knows who Navarrete is, but this was Philippines' 36-year-old Charly Suarez' first title shot and likely his last. And the fight was shaping out to be yet another fight of the year contender until it was, ruined by a horrid call from the referee. Before we get to the result, I do want to touch on the fight itself because, like I said, it was turning out to be one of the best fights of the year. An explosive, action-packed affair with ebbs and flows and momentum shifts. Navarrete's power seemed to have shocked Suarez in the first round, where he buckled and bloodied Suarez, right? However, Suarez refused to back down. In the very next round, he blitzed Navarrete and had success being on the front foot and throwing short combinations. The 1-2-1-2 combination did the trick. The third round was close and competitive, but I feel that most probably gave it to Navarrete. But in all honesty, I do feel Suarez just about nicked most of the rounds between rounds 4 and 7. I thought that he landed cleaner, he countered well, and his short burst combinations were effective. At times, he also switched to southpaw, and he actually landed the cleanest shot in the fourth round, where he turned southpaw and landed a flush rear hook on Navarrete. But of course, some people, including the judges, might have given a couple rounds to Navarrete because he was the clear crowd favorite. So literally anything that he did got a huge reaction from the crowd. Truthfully though, I thought Suarez's work was just better, cleaner, and I thought Suarez clearly studied Navarrete. He did well to circle away from Navarrete's power shots, and even though Navarrete is as awkward and unpredictable as they come, Suarez seemed to have picked up on Navarrete's tendencies, and he was defending very well. If you watch closely, you can see that for the most part, he saw everything coming, and he either blocked or slipped Navarrete's offense. So, truthfully, after 7 rounds, I think I had Suarez winning by a round or two. But I digress. Let's talk about how the fight ended. So in the 6th round, right, Suarez lands a peach of a punch above Navarrete's left eyebrow, which caused the cut. The action was halted for about a minute or so because the damn ref, Edward Collantes, whatever, deemed it a headbutt. The fight then continued for another round, which Suarez clearly won, right? At this point, Suarez had finally gained full momentum, and Navarrete was clearly starting to slow down. But then the fight was stopped before the 8th round due to the cut, and they said it was from a headbutt. And with this being the case, the fight goes to the scorecard, and of course, the favorite Navarrete got the nod. And all of it is just bullshit, right? The ref misjudged the cut. It was clearly from a punch. All the replays showed that the punch landed very clearly, cleanly on the spot of the cut. The problem is their heads collided after the punch, but it wasn't even a hard collision. Their heads kind of just rubbed past each other. There wasn't any great impact. The only severe impact Navarrete experienced was from Suarez's fist. And as a boxing enthusiast, naturally, I was active on Boxing Reddit, and as all of this was unfolding, me and everybody else thought it was clear. The cut was caused by the punch. And, it's rare. It's rare to have everybody agree in boxing. This was one of those moments when everybody agreed as one. It was caused by a punch. But we all knew what was coming anyway. We all knew the robbery was on its way. And there it was. They announced the decision and they gave it to Navarrete. And it's just so wrong. It's just so damn wrong. Suarez should have won via technical knockout by doctor stoppage. What's even worse is that they actually showed an ultra zoomed in replay, which clearly shows the blood dripped down right after the punch. I can't find the exact clip, but I'm sure it's circulating around. All of this is just insane, ridiculous. A fight shaping out to be one of the best and most likely Suarez's one and only shot at a title, ruined by Edward Collantes, who in my opinion is either really incompetent or just corrupt. And it's either one, and neither are good. You just got to feel for Suarez. People like him fight and claw their way to the position where they can challenge for a world title. Suarez, this man is 36-year old. He's unheralded. He's an Asian, and he isn't backed by any major company. It's nearly impossible for people like them to even get an opportunity, a title shot, but a second chance, that's unheard of. So I really do hope that the boxing commission that wield the power overturn this egregious call. Do the right thing, man, and don't make it not no damn bullshit, no contest either. Overturn the decision and give the TKO win to Suarez. He deserves it. All right, so that's my thoughts on the matter. What do you think? Am I bugging? Was the cut caused by a headbutt? Let me know down in the comments below. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I hope you have a lovely day.